What's going on, everybody? Instinctive here, coming back to you guys with another video. In this video, guys, we are doing a PS4 to Bedrock episode 1. So I'll basically be telling you guys some cool tips and tricks that you guys should be expecting with the switch over from PlayStation Edition to Bedrock Edition. So there's many things that have been switched over. I do apologize because my voice is kind of weird because I've been sick for the last couple days. But anyways, let's get right into it. So first thing is the inventory, creative, and survival menus. So the crafting and all that stuff is completely different. You guys can be expecting a bunch of different things. The way it's laid out and the way it's selected through different tabs. Personally, my favorite is you keep it on this tab right here, where it shows like the open book, and it kind of lays out all of the items that you want in your inventory, and so forth. I really recommend that because the other stuff is like laid out really differently, and I just highly don't recommend it. As you guys can see, it's just laid out weird. This is the second tab that you'll see. It's laid out like that, and it's just, honestly, I'm not a fan of it. In my personal opinion, I just don't like it like that. So that's the new crafting and inventory mode. I'd recommend leave it like that. The wider one, unless you want to just drag things into your inventory, then sure, yeah, that's the one you want to choose. The next cool tip I want to show you is the first thing is I want to show you is the give command. So basically, if you go give at s stands for at yourself. So that means you're giving yourself, and then you go command _ block, and you'll give yourself a command block. So the command blocks are brand new to PlayStation 4 Edition players because we have never had that before, unless you have modded a game or you downloaded a modded game that already had the command blocks in it. Excuse me, sorry. So I'm going to lay out these 4 command blocks, and what we're going to do is we're going to place a button on them, and we're going to give you several commands. So if you place a button on them, I'll show you here in a sec. I'm sorry, I already pre-recorded this, so this is just me showing you after. So if you go /game mode S, that means /game mode S, that's game mode survival. And of course you need the @P. So the @P stands for nearest player. So the nearest player that taps on the button, which is you, so the person that taps on the button, the command inside the command block will affect them. So you can do many commands that really help you out with this. So I did impulse needs redstone. So if you put needs redstone, that means when they switch the button and activate the command, it'll work. So the next one I'm showing is game mode C, which is game mode creative, and of course @P, so it shows the nearest player. So when you flick the button, as you can see, it switches from survival, and then if you click the other button, it shows and it switches to creative. So the next command I'm going to show you that you guys can put both in your chat, so you can put commands in your chat and also in command blocks. So this is the TP command block. So this will really help out people that have servers and they want to teleport people to certain places. So you go /TP space @P, so nearest player, the nearest player or the person that touches the button, and then you want to type in your coordinate of where you want to teleport them to. So the minute I press this button, whatever coordinate you have in there, you are going to be teleported, or the person that places the button will be teleported to it. Excuse me, sorry, my throat is really dry. So just like that, now if I click the button, I was teleported to that spot. Of course, the white coordinates were messed up, so I'm going to fix them to, I believe, 70 or 72. 75. Okay, yeah, I switched it to 75, and as you can see, every single time I click the button, I am teleported to -210, 75, 47. Sorry, my throat's still So this command is you can give at P command block. So every single time you press the button, it gives the person that pressed the button the command block. So that is very useful for people that are just, they don't feel like typing it multiple times. You can just put in a command block, press it, and boom. So the next cool command that I'm going to show you is called the fill command. So basically you write that first coordinate down that you want, and you are going to be establishing basically a box. I'm sorry, you guys probably think that's funny. I'm struggling here. I'm really trying to make this video for you guys, and then for the last couple of days. So that's going to be your first edge of your box, so bottom corner, and then now you're going to establish the other corner right here. So you got this coordinate, now you're trying to get this coordinate. And of course, when you type all of this in, all your coordinates, fill your first coordinate and then space your second coordinate like I have it there. Then you have the option of what block you want to fill with it. So I'm going to choose planks. Planks, the different thing about this is each block has a number value to it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think 7 of planks. So if I type in, I believe it was 6 or 5. Yeah, 5. God, I really hate doing that to the mic, guys, but I don't feel like pausing it. 5 is dark oak, so planks 5 is, it'll place dark oak. Concrete 15 is black concrete, so as you can see, boom, you instantly have that. And of course, if you want to fill a lot, you can adjust the Y coordinate, it'll fill upwards. And you can do it with basically anything, campfires, beacons, but what I do recommend is you don't put like stackable, non-stackable items like rails, torches, things like that will just they'll just fall into blocks. They'll fall as entities fall. You know how like cactuses fall if you put them next to each other? That will basically happen. And I don't recommend that because if you do too much of it, it will crash your server, so I highly don't recommend that. So there's the campfires. And of course, if you put air instead of the block, so if you go air like that, it will destroy the block. So that's how people clear out mountains fast, clear out pools like that real quick. And of course, you can fill it with water, lava, air. Of course, I overflew it there, so I had to switch back to air and get rid of the water. So just like that, boom, all the water gone in that area like that. Takes away all the source blocks, sorry. And then I'm going to refill it. Pow, look, now you have the instant pool that you always wanted, or, you know, the instant roadway, instant, you know, anything you want. So the fill command is very useful for all you builders out there, server creators to make roads and buildings, caves, foundations, all that kind of stuff. And of course, pow, look, I had glowstone instant pool, so highly recommend you guys use that fill command. It will be very useful to you guys. But like I said, you can also use all these commands inside your chat, like I was doing with the fill command. You put that in your chat, and that sorts. So I really recommend you guys do that. I'm going to be wrapping up the video here pretty soon. I apologize for my coughing, all that sorts. So another thing is you can go title, and if you go title at P, title, but obviously I messed up, don't choose at P, you go at A. So like I said, you want to go title. I messed up, it was a typo, so title at A, because at P does not work, and I already pre-recorded this, so I already know it's not going to work. So it's title at A, title. You can go title or subtitle, but I recommend title because subtitle will only display if a title is displayed. So you can type in all these subtitles you want, but they'll never show up until you put title high or something. I'll put high and then your subtitles. So as you can see, look, it didn't work. So another cool thing you can do is if you hit the up arrow on your controller, sorry I couldn't get a better image of my controller here. So if you choose the up arrow of your controller, you can show the last command you typed in the chat. So it's really useful if you messed up a command or you want to repeat a command. That is a very useful tool. So like I said, show here, I have title space at A. So at A stands for all players, space title, and then I put space your message. So your message can be whatever you want. I would refrain from putting slashes, dashes, or anything like that, because that messes up the command. And then the cool thing is if you want a colored message, you can go the double S symbol. So if you go to your keyboard when you're typing a message, you'll see a right arrow on the bottom right corner, and if you tap that, it'll go like that. But so I'm just typing in all this junk. Leave a like, go ahead and subscribe, and without further ado, I'll see you guys later.